This true crime documentary channel is only a few months old with just a couple of videos, yet some uploads have already hit 600,000 views. Even more impressive, they've made $2,000 in just the last 7 days from these videos alone. Why should you watch this video? Because I'm going to teach you how to create your own true crime documentary channel from scratch. To give you a sneak peek of what you'll be able to create, check this out.
Boston, Massachusetts, a city rich in history and home to one of the world's most prized art collections. But on March 18, 1990, that collection became the target of an audacious heist that remains unsolved to this day. At 1:24 a.m., two men dressed as Boston police officers arrived at the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum. Richard Abath, a young night watchman, and his partner were on duty. When the men claimed they were responding to a disturbance, the guards opened the door, unaware they'd just made a grave mistake. Inside, the men subdued and bound the guards, securing them in the basement. The museum was now theirs. For the next 81 minutes, they moved methodically through the galleries, cutting priceless artworks from their frames. They stole 13 pieces, including masterpieces by Rembrandt, Vermeer, Degas, and Manet, valued at over $500 million. Among the losses, Rembrandt's Storm on the Sea of Galilee, his only seascape, and Vermeer's The Concert, an intimate scene of musicians. The next morning, investigators and art experts flooded the museum. News of the heist shocked the public. Despite countless leads,
Pretty captivating, right? I'll walk you through each step, from finding compelling stories to using AI for engaging voiceovers, generating visuals, and editing your video. Plus, I've included some bonus monetization tips at the end, so stick around. Now, without further delay, let's get started. Script writing. First up, generating the script. While we'll be using AI, we need to start with a gripping true crime story from the past. Pinterest is an excellent resource for inspiration. Just search true crime stories, and you'll find a treasure trove of options. We're covering real events that happened years ago, like the infamous Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum heist in 1990, where thieves stole 13 priceless artworks valued at around $500 million. The case remains unsolved to this day. Once you've found an intriguing story, click through to the source website. This particular case caught my eye, so let's explore it further. There are many sites featuring true crime stories. Choose ones that will captivate your viewers. Don't worry about copyright issues. I'll show you how to avoid strikes on your videos. It's simpler than you might think. Now let's turn this into our video script. I'll copy this summary and head over to Claude AI. For your convenience, you'll find links to Claude AI and all other tools in the description below. Here's our prompt, which you'll also find in the description. We'll paste it along with our story summary. Looking at our reference channel, you'll notice that most videos exceed 15 minutes. YouTube currently favors longer content, so we'll aim for a similar length. Let's specify that in our prompt. Once everything looks good, click Generate. Following these steps will ensure your script sounds natural and professionally written. If you're enjoying this tutorial and want more content like this, don't forget to subscribe. Your support means the world to me. Creating quality content takes time and effort, and I'd love to have your support. How to get quality AI voiceovers. For voiceover generation, we'll use my favorite tool, 11 Labs. Use the link in the description to create an account if you haven't already. It's quick and simple. Once logged in, click on Voices and select Library. To find the perfect voice for your true crime story, click the search bar and type Documentary. Keep it on Trending, select English, and choose your preferred accent. I'm going with American, but feel free to explore Canadian, British, or Indian options, whatever resonates with your style. Take the time to listen to the samples until you find the perfect voice. After choosing your voice, click the add icon to include it in your Voices lab. Then, generate your voiceover by copying the script 2 paragraphs at a time. This method creates natural-sounding narration, which is crucial for documentaries. Hit Generate. Let's quickly listen to how this voiceover sounds.
Boston, Massachusetts, a city rich in history and home to one of the world's most prized art collections. But on March 18, 1990, that collection became the target of an audacious heist that remains unsolved to this day.
Perfect. That's exactly the professional quality we're aiming for. Creating the visuals. Now, let's move on to generating our visuals. First, we'll head back to Claude AI. I've provided a prompt in the video description. Simply copy and paste it into Claude. Hit Generate. This will give us a set of prompts for our image generation. With these prompts from Claude ready, let's open Leonardo and start creating our images. If you haven't already, create your account by clicking the link in the description. Once you're logged in, click on Image Creation on the left side of the interface. For the preset style, I will choose either Moody or Cinematic Concept. For the purpose of our project, I'll stick with Moody. I prefer leaving the image generation number at 4 so we can select from multiple options. For the aspect ratio, I will choose 16:9 since we are going for a longer video. Start by copying the first prompt from Claude and pasting it into Leonardo's prompt section. Now just click Generate and give Leonardo a moment to work its magic. Look at these results. Incredible, right? Follow these exact steps to generate all the visuals you'll need for your true crime documentary. Before we move on, let's also grab some authentic photos from Google. We want actual pictures of the story we are covering or images of the people involved. Don't go overboard with this, just 1 or 2 images will do. We'll combine those with our AI-generated images. With our voiceovers generated and images ready, we'll move on to editing everything in CapCut. Editing with CapCut. Let's start by creating a new project. First, import our files into CapCut by clicking the Import button and selecting all the files needed for the project. We'll begin with the voiceover. Click the plus icon to add your files to the timeline. Next, let's optimize the audio. Highlight the voiceover in the timeline, navigate to the top right corner, and increase the volume to around 1.5. Here's a pro tip. Always clean up pauses in your voiceovers. Zoom in on the timeline for precision, move the playhead to where the empty part starts, and press Ctrl+B to split. Move forward to where the empty section ends, split again, and delete it. Bring the remaining segments together to close the gap. Repeat this for all empty sections. Now, on to the visuals. Listen to each voiceover segment before adding its corresponding images. Continue syncing your clips with the voiceover. Once done, add motion by clicking here to add a keyframe. Move the playhead to the middle, add another keyframe, and increase the scale. Move to the end of the image and repeat the scale increase. You can also drag the image slightly to the right to create a gentle leftward movement. Repeat this process for the remaining images. For animations, select your image and click Animation at the top. Browse through the styles and choose the one that fits best. You can adjust the animation duration for smoother transitions. To enhance image quality, click the filter icon and select your preferred filter. I recommend the Clear filter. It provides excellent color grading for true crime documentaries, adding sound effects and music. Next, add sound effects. You can create unique ones using 11 Labs. Log in, click Sound Effects, describe what you want, and choose from 4 AI-generated variations. Import your sound effects into CapCut and place them where needed. For background music, head to the YouTube audio library. Search Documentary to find free tracks perfect for your content. Import the chosen track and reduce the music volume to 11.6 to keep your voiceover clear and prominent. Now, let's run auto captioning on your video. First, click on Text, go to Auto Caption, click to apply, and allow it to load. Once done, head over to Template on the right side of the screen and select the first option. Once everything looks and sounds perfect, export your video. Growth tips. Maintain a weekly schedule with high-quality content. Monitor your competitors closely. Study successful channels and improve on their formats. Use vidIQ to track competitor performance. Link in description. Thank you for watching. If you found this valuable, hit that like button and subscribe. And check out the recommended video on screen. You'll love it.
Boston, Massachusetts, a city rich in history and home to one of the world's most prized art collections. But on March 18, 1990, that collection became the target of an audacious heist that remains unsolved to this day. At 1:24 a.m., 2 men dressed as Boston police officers arrived at the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum. Richard Abath, a young night watchman, and his partner were on duty. When the men claimed they were responding to a disturbance, the guards opened the door, unaware they'd just made a grave mistake. Inside, the men subdued and bound the guards, securing them in the basement. The museum was now theirs. For the next 81 minutes, they moved methodically through the galleries, cutting priceless artworks from their frames. They stole 13 pieces, including masterpieces by Rembrandt, Vermeer, Degas, and Manet, valued at over $500 million. Among the losses, Rembrandt's Storm on the Sea of Galilee, his only seascape, and Vermeer's The Concert, an intimate scene of musicians. The next morning, investigators and art experts flooded the museum. News of the heist shocked the public. Despite countless leads,